Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is IAllegedly. And I have a good one for you today. I love the Saturday videos myself, personally. But first things first, so much is happening with the economy. Inflation is speeding up. It's not declining in any way, shape, or form. There's so much to cover in this video. National news, international news, a little bit of everything. Before I get into it, please hit the like button on the video. Please share the video with everybody you know. Share it with all your colleagues and all your contacts. And please do not forget to hit the like button as well. Also, Webull is back. If you would like to trade stocks, Webull is arguably the easiest place to do that. When you sign up using the link below, you will get 2 free shares of stock. If you deposit anything into the account, they give you 4 more shares of stock that could be worth a total of $12,600. Options, ETFs, cryptos, stocks, whatever you'd like to trade, you can do that at Webull. Use the link below. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is when a channel is growing, like mine and like others, you see these scammers that come out and use the artwork and the logos of the different channels, and they respond to people, say things like, hey, hit me up on WhatsApp, respond here, text me here. Please understand this, that these people are absolute scammers. I would never, ever, ever, ever ask you guys to respond via WhatsApp. It's ridiculous. No one runs a business via WhatsApp like that. And also, I would never ask you to text me. So beware, guys. I am the only person, when I respond to you, my response is highlighted, my name is highlighted. I also, even if it's a hate comment, and I'm responding to you and telling you that you live with your mom and that you're a complete degenerate, I heart the comments so you know it's me, okay? And I'm the only one that can do that. So that's what it looks like when you have those comments. So buyer beware, guys. Do not fall for that shenanigans, okay? First things first, guys. Inflation is completely out of control in such a huge way that we're supposed to believe that we have inflation at a wonderful 8.6%. Come on, guys. That is ridiculous. Found a great chart about where worldwide inflation is at right now and how some countries are doing supposedly better than us, and the UK is doing better than us. But if you read the comments or you got my emails that I get from people, inflation is completely out of control worldwide. And it is nowhere near the levels that they're telling us that they're at. Now, I get people that write me on everything. Fast food, Taco Bell. Let's talk about Taco Bell. Person knows a manager at Taco Bell, and they've raised prices on the menu 3 times in the last week. You guys, it's unbelievable that they're sitting there day after day. They come in and Taco Bell raises the prices. Now, again, it's at 8.6%. You have nothing to worry about. With all the prepper people and the people that have become friends, mainly Patera from Appalachia's Homestead, I thought 6 weeks ago, wow, man, I got this all figured out. I'm prepared. I got everything I need to live a long, happy life if anything goes down and trouble comes. Okay? Now, here's the thing, guys. Wasn't even close to ready. Not even close. Okay? A few months of food, cash, silver, everything, wasn't even close. Okay? So I've upped everything to a year. I'm going to be able to live a year now with everything that I've stockpiled. And I've also made it so that I have a place to put some of the food, so that if something happens, if the house was burglarized, if my house burnt down and everything was in it, there would be a place to go that would have things like that. Today I'm at the Montage, and absolutely stunning. Having an event out here, probably most likely a wedding. But this brings up a great point. Hilton, Marriott, Wyndham, all these hotels are talking about how 2022 is going to be a banner year for the hotel industry. All the pent-up demand, people finally want to get out of the house and travel, but they're not flying places, guys. They want to drive, and they want to minimize the expenses all the way around. But the problem with it is that the hotels are not offering more services. They're offering less services and charging more for it. Again, you can stay at a place like this where the average room would start at about $1,500. Nuts, guys. Okay, now, oh, Dan, you can't get this view. It's just, that you got to stay at places like that to get things like this. Guys, this part where I'm walking through, this is the free part, okay? Doesn't cost you a dime, okay? You got a little parking meter up front. You pay for that. You can be here as long as you want, guys. But that's on you. If you guys want to go out and you want to travel and spend your way to oblivion, do that. Now, again, travel is not what it used to be by any way, shape, or form. The airlines are offering less services. You can see pictures. Just beautiful. Look at it. You can walk through all the tide pools down there. Really, really stunning. Everything is up. I like how they say that air travel is up 34%. It's nonsense. It's up like 56%. It completely is out of control. And the problem that you also have is that there are less routes being offered right now. So you have the more larger probability that you're not going to get a ticket on a plane right now. Okay, there's that. They say that fuel prices went up last month, the previous month in April, they went up 7.5%, and they went up almost 9.5% in May, which again, I don't believe any of this stuff. If you look at the way inflation was figured in the 70s, we'd be well over 20% right now. 20%. When you look at inflation and you look at what we're spending money on, everything is out of control. Just nuts. I went to Costco yesterday and started to look for things. Okay, what am I going to store? Kind of dead in Costco, so it was kind of nice. It felt like I had the place to myself for a brief period. And I thought, I started to add things to my prepping pack, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy exactly what I bought last time. Guys, bought the exact same purchases that I did a few months back. Basically, I'd say maybe 90 days ago at the most, okay? I spent $202 last time for all this, pasta, canned goods, canned meat, things like that I'm going to save and store, and everything I had. I bought the exact same thing, $386. Now, it's not 8.5%. It's the absolute lie of all lies. And again, talking to Costco employees that would not go on camera, the biggest problem that people are upset about is how we change pricing and the questionable things that we have done about per pound and per item pricing. So it makes things, you used to grab something and it would say, this is $21. No. Now they'll sell things by the pound that they didn't sell by the pound in the past, and it's making that $21 package now $32, considerably more. And that's a huge problem. The auto part problem with people that cannot get auto parts is only making it worse for all businesses. And it's making it worse for delivery companies and trucking companies and people that their livelihood is to get things out the door and to somebody else's home, business, whatever. I've had people write me and ask questions about the odd even days on gas and gas rationing. When you see Cabellas County, or Isabella County, come back and say that they cannot have sheriffs make routine calls because they don't have fuel, if you don't think this is coming to your county, state, whatever, you are kidding yourself, guys. This is going to be pandemonium like we've never seen it. But think about this. In the 70s, they set up a gas rationing program. And there was no internet, guys. There was no way of mass communication other than the news and other than the newspaper. So what gas stations would do is they would put a flag out in front, okay, that would be green if they had gas, red if they didn't have gas. They would put a yellow flag out if they were rationing gas, and you could only buy a minimum amount, maximum 5 gallons, 10 gallons at the time. Now, they also had this odd even program based on your license plate. If your license plate was basically 6 digits back then, here in California it was, they would, if you had an odd license plate number, you were odd days. If you had an even license plate number, look at the painting out here, kind of beautiful. If you had an even number, you were for even days. Now, fair? No. Did people cheat? Yes, they did. But, think about this. It would make you get in the car and drive around and look, oh, God, a green flag. And the lines, we would be, as kids, we'd ride our bikes through these people that would just be stopped dead. I remember countless numbers of people that had friends with them pushing their cars because the cars had ran out of gas. Now, those people are stupid, Dan. I would never allow that to happen. Okay. The number one call that AAA gets right now, number one, not the car breaking down, not dead batteries. It's people that run out of gas because they're pushing it so far because they cannot afford it. And I know people that are loaded, okay? And don't have a care in the world, eat wherever they want, live in just spectacular homes. But I'm not going to drive there. You know how much gas is right now? Really? And again, that's how they live. Not going to spend the extra money for gas. But think of the commerce that's being affected by gas shortages right now. And if you don't think that people spend less money at restaurants right now, they're not spending money to go to the grocery store because they don't want to spend the money on gas, that's what's happening, guys, right before your eyes. So, rationing gas is coming soon. They're getting set up for the Saturday yoga out here. It's always a thrill to watch. Wonder if a guitar guy will show up. One time I showed up here and there was a guy playing the guitar walking through all the moms. And I always wanted, I would learn to play the guitar to do that. I was telling my girlfriend it would be funny if I just went out there with a guitar, even though I can't play, and just strum it and walk through all the women. That would be funny. And I wonder if we could film that. So maybe another day. Consumer sentiment. How you feel about your purchases right now. Think about this. University of Michigan invented the misery index in the 60s to talk to you about, where the economy's at and how people feel about things. Well, think about this number. The misery index, 100 is fantastic. 0 would be the end of the world and the end of the universe. So it was in April, it was at 58%. Okay? Low. The lowest it had ever been. Well, guess what, guys? It dropped to 50%, 50.1%, almost a 10% drop. So 10% more of the people right now think that things are bad. Now, this is not gloom and doom, guys. This is get yourself ready. Get ready for this. The stock market is finally starting to crumble. What you have to look at is things like the bond yields that are going up, because if the stock market totally collapses, which again, this is fake. This is a complete house of cards with the stock market. It's not real. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It is just manufactured when the Fed is buying stocks to prop up prices. There is a thing called the plunge protection team that makes it so that with quantitative easing, they can purchase certain assets. Okay? Even if they lose money on it, they can buy and sell these assets. It's your money, it's your checkbook, and it still has checks in it. Remember that. So with the stock market being in the position that it's in right now, it's finally showing signs that it is going to crack. Now, again, eventually there will be some type of hedge that will come out against the stock market, whether it be cryptos, whether it be gold, whether it be silver, whether it be gold and silver stocks, whatever that is, okay? You're going to see that thing emerge. Now, electric cars, I don't think the world is ready for electric cars yet for 1,000 reasons, but one reason in particular is the expense of natural gases that you need, natural resources that you need for an electric car. This right here, I'm going to show you guys as I walk away from everybody. They have bungalows here that are really bitching, okay? That are, I mean, this thing right here, I think this is the one that's like 2,800 square feet or 3,000 square feet. It's really nice, but it's got this infinity pool here that you can rent, and you're right here on the park in the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful, okay? Outrageous, okay? As far as the price that would be to rent that place. So, if you want to invest in something with commodities and people that think that commodities are going to go up, think about this. Think of the copper that goes into an electric car. Think of the silver that goes into an electric car. Cobalt, lithium, all that stuff that goes into an electric car. If you're into investments, invest in that stuff, because that's going to be the thing that's going to have a very limited supply that there's nothing they're going to be able to do about. And no matter, nobody wants to talk about that part of it, about, well, we're going to find it. Oh, okay. Find it. Get it. Okay? That's an important investment. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff. Consumer credit at an all-time high. But here's the worst thing. Is this buy now, pay later shenanigans that's happening right now. More and more people, guys, right now are hitting the credit card. And I saw, more and more people write me and tell me how when they're in the grocery store, they're paying attention to how people are paying for things. And more people are using credit cards to buy food. Now, I don't have a real problem with that in the sense that a lot of people have different cards that pay rewards and things like that. So sometimes I've seen people use it for everything. So there's people that do things like that. You can get Discover card that'll have different bonuses if you buy groceries, if you buy restaurant, if you shop at restaurants, things like that. So I don't really have a problem with actually seeing people do that. The problem that I have is that the average person is now allowing interest to hit their credit card purchases and wait 45 and 60 days for that. I was in a Kohl's yesterday and bought some jeans and bought some shirts and stuff, and was asking them about the credit card purchases, and more people are walking in and making Kohl's payments than the guy has ever seen. Been there 3 years. Okay. More and more people walk in, make a payment on the Kohl's account so they can use the Kohl's card and then buy something on the card. So we're seeing more and more of that. But, how do you guys feel about this? Do you think that the economy is doing better? I just, you'd have to be drinking heavily to think that. I just don't believe it. I don't believe anything that they're telling us right now, because everything points to chaos. Everything points to things being more expensive than absolutely ever. And no end in sight for this. But the supply chain issues that are resolved and car issues are resolved is just not resolved, guys. It's just a mess. The Australian information, I keep getting a lot of people that write me and saying, why do you keep saying this about Australia? I get so much email and support from people in Australia right now. It is crazy, the number of news stories that I'm getting from Australia. But this is happening in Australia, and it's happening in the UK, and it's happening in South America. So, it's happening around the world, but you're seeing problems escalate in certain areas. Rents in Australia are outrageous. Rents here are outrageous. Now, found a TikTok of a woman that rents an apartment for $2,200. And, the landlord says, hey, we're not going to renew your lease, which they're entitled to do that, but they're raising the rent to the next people $4,000 that are coming in there. They're starting to look for places to live. And the average place here in Southern California has just doubled in price. And, again, there's certain rent controls issues that they can do where they just can't raise your rent, from $2,000 to $4,000 legally. Okay, you've got landlords that are evil, awful people, just like you have evil, awful tenants too. But you have people that are just trying to raise the rent any way they can. The average rent in Manhattan, again, well above $4,000 again. Great story below on that. But Where do you draw the line? This is happening all over the place. And more people are electing to do alternatives where families are moving in together. And you're having 8 and 10 people live in the same house. Now, camping is fun, hanging out is fun, but life and, living with Tom and Louise, she cooks horribly, and, I hate her TV shows. You know what I mean? So you get my son, who thinks that he wants to travel the country in his new van and live that way. Well, that's awesome if you can do that. Seriously. If you're 21 years old and you are going to go to a university or a college and you want to check them out and live in the van and be that young kid, do it. But what a time, too, to do it, okay? But think about this. The largest segment of auto purchases right now are in that sector of people that are buying things like that, okay? And they're not kids. He's a kid. Hey, Dad, it's cold tonight. Can I come stay at your house? Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? There's that. So he's not homeless. There's a big difference with that. But more and more families are doing alternative stuff. The RV market, selling a ton of RVs, but they're having more and more repossessions for RVs because people cannot afford the financing and the payments. And again, we're starting to see the auto financing markets where people are starting to get behind 120 days and longer. Now, people that have talked in auto finance, they're going to get those cars. We're not going to wait around and try to work things out. We want the cars because they can make more money unloading those cars than they can. Mom yoga, guys. Isn't that fantastic? So again, the guitar guy, I hope he shows up today. That would be awesome. But this guy walks through and plays a guitar and walks through the mom yoga, and I just want to know how you get that gig. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. So much is happening, so much chaos, so much prices are going up, so much with just normalcy. And when it comes to investing, when it comes to your 401k and your stocks and all this stuff, you guys really need to look at getting some solid advice and get an expert. Get somebody who has lived through the past, somebody old enough to understand this. Everybody's going to go through something the first time. It just happens. But for these people that live their lives and are experts and giving you experts on what's going to happen, how the economy's not bad. And a woman wrote me and said, my banker, says that all the banks are healthy right now. Of course he says that. The guy's 27 years old, okay? This guy was in high school during the last economic downturn. High school, okay? I'm sure he was a wonderful student in economics, but he was in high school, guys, okay? That's who I'm going to trust my advice from. No. Do your own due diligence. I'm not giving you financial advice. Get some solid financial advice, but interview multiple people. You can also change brokerages too. Don't ever forget that, and also threaten that. If I don't talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, I'm pulling my money this week. Say that. Watch what they do. Oh, if you want to come in, I can have you talk to Harry. Yeah, I'd like to talk to Harry. Okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys.
Hi, Dan. My coin came today. What a great way to celebrate Friday. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to enter and for providing all these. This goes in my stack, although I don't think I'm ever going to want to use it. It's awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Dan. Fred here. You all's got the nice views. I figured I'd share a little bit of ours. Got a lot of sticker bushes. Just got the silver coin in. Appreciate it, brother.
Congratulations to you guys. I'm so happy that people sent these videos in. If you don't want to send a video and you won, you just want to send a picture in, we would appreciate that too. But I am so happy for everybody. I'm so happy we could do that. And there's going to be a bunch of cool announcements coming up shortly with things that we're doing and the party and things like that. With luxury real estate right now, you're starting to see basically a 19% correction in the luxury real estate market. Now, here's the thing that I'm like, well, what's considered luxury? What's considered high-end real estate? How about this? Things over $1.1 million are considered luxury real estate right now. Guys, that is nothing. I mean, yes, it's a lot of money, but here in California, the average house is $1 million. So to sit there and say anything above $1.1 million is considered luxury real estate is lunacy. So there's that. But you're starting to see it turn and make a big turn, in another direction, which is south, okay? One thing that I got a kick out of is during the health crisis, they came up with programs around the world to stimulate business and stimulate building, stimulate growth. One thing that we have here on this channel is we have a lot of tremendously wealthy people that are watching this channel. We have people that were in the oil business that are retired. We have people in the finance business. We've got people that own wineries. We've got people that have manufacturing facilities, people with thousands of employees that watch this channel and contribute, and they don't make themselves known. Dan, I'm this guy. They do it in the email and the private messages to me. But one man owns a winery, Lawrence, in Italy. Problems getting glass, problems with product. But here's the thing. In Italy, they did something called a super bonus. And I wasn't familiar with this, so I had to look it up. But the super bonus was designed to give you a tax break for building and for innovation, renovations to residential and businesses. They were going to give you 110% tax break. Sounds great. Honey, let's spend the money. We're going to get 110% back. The only problem with it now is the banks, similar to PPP loans, are rejecting those purchases and those loans and those super bonuses that they call them. Now, that's how it translates into English. The craziness about this is that these poor people have probably leveraged themselves to the hilt to do a lot of these innovations and renovations, and guess what? Not getting the money now. So it just doesn't happen here, guys. Happens around the world that shenanigans happens. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. I'm going to end this video with this last story. And shenanigans in the economy and in hiring, it's all around us. And things are getting more precarious. There's going to be more layoffs. Well, how about this one? Coinbase, the crypto exchange, as they started 2022, said, we're going to hire 2,200 people. Start hiring people from around the world, relocate, come work for Coinbase. In this last week, what they've started to do is rescind offers for people that were supposed to start. They've only hired 1,200 of those people, so basically 1,000 people are not getting a job, but hundreds of people that have already been given jobs have been rejected, and their offer has been completely shut down. Great article below. Sam Mayer gets his offer and says, hey, we have an update to your Coinbase offer. Yeah, the update is that we canceled your deal. And some of these people were moving here, some of these people for citizenship reasons, were waiting, but think about this. When you get a job and you get the offer and you get it accepted, you tell your old job bye, and some of these people burnt bridges and quit in ways of, I'm going to go work at Coinbase. Well, now they're not. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. And, onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And make the best week you can.